fast-moving developments with the coronavirus.
What's the latest on the coronavirus?
The latest on the coronavirus.
Epicenter of the coronavirus.
More than 24,000 emergency operations center.
Thousands of people are self-quarantining.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Mark and Sam here.
Today we're talking about the time we got caught out of town during the coronavirus outbreak.
That's right. That was pretty recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's still worth telling though, for sure.
Oh yeah, I agree. All right, well, let's dive right in. Let's see, the trip started like any other. I stayed up a little too late packing and doing some last minute work. Wake up early, shower, get changed, get to the airport. We're heading to Colorado. You know, right before we boarded the plane, I saw on a TV screen in the waiting area that the US had reached over 1,000 cases of the coronavirus.
The number of coronavirus cases here in the U.S. now tops 1,000.
I remember you telling me that, and it's crazy.
I kind of had like a, oh, kind of moment, but I still thought that it was gonna be contained at that time.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we continued on our trip. Our flight's only half full, so we got front row. The plane was empty because people were being cautious about the potential coronavirus outbreak.
It's always nice to have the front seat though.
So we land in Denver.
Rough ride, a little bumpy.
Not bad in the front seat though. No. So Sam and I both had the Epic Pass, which allows you access to a number of Vail resorts. Going to get our bags, then we gotta grab our car. We're heading up to the mountains.
Yes, sir.
At this point, we are so stoked. Going to do what we love, snowboard, make some YouTube videos, and just have some fun.
We'd racked up some flight points, had a buddy to crash with, and as far as we knew, it was gonna be just like a cheap, fun trip. So we just grabbed our Turo car. We got a Honda Civic. It's not a Civic, that's a CRV.
We are driving through Colorado, heading to our buddy Jim's house. We're gonna crash with him for a few days and do a bunch of snowboarding.
Shred on.
Are you excited, Sam?
Shred on.
So we get to our buddy Jim's house, kick it for a bit, and then we go to bed. All right, it's about 6:45 the next day. We're getting ready to go snowboarding now. This is Jimbo right here, by the way.
Hi, everybody.
Jim got us free passes, so we're gonna go warm up at Loveland Ski Area. Yeah, that's Loveland right there. The whole ridge line is all Loveland too.
All right, we're on the chairlift here. Things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, we have some nice groomed runs with a couple inches of powder on top, baby. We spent the day searching for powder. Powder riding is like the best feeling ever for snowboarding. So if there's fresh snow, it's always gonna be a great time.
It's windy as hell up here. All right, guys, we made it back to the car. How was it, boys?
Zero breaks.
Last like 4
very
rounds were
nice.
epic.
Yeah, we found the powder.
Thanks for the passes, Jim.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out here, guys. This is
Hooking
amazing.
it up. So later that day after shredding, the news really started to break.
Fast-breaking developments in the coronavirus emergency in the U.S. and around the world.
It just really started seeming like things were getting pretty serious and it could potentially be a problem. But I honestly still thought that we would be like okay for the duration of our trip.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt too. It's just, it didn't seem like a very prominent threat at that time.
Yeah. So things were still fine. We decided to go snowboard the next day at Keystone. Keystone is so fun.
So Keystone has one of the best parks in the world. It's called Area 51, and we were having a great time there. And Mark got on the GoPro and started filming me, and I just kept hitting rail after box. And then I started to get a little overly confident. Might have slipped up a little bit.
Boom! See, I didn't really notice how bad that fall was because I was kind of focusing on the camera, but When I saw you ride off to the side and lay back down, I was like, oh man, I think he's kind of hurt. You all right?
Oh, just busted my hip. I was a few newtons away from shattering my hip. You know? If I fell a little harder, it would have just.
That's funny. You don't often hear people compare a fall to the newtons of impact. This is really turning out to be like an episode of How I Met Your Mother. We're never really getting to the point of the story. We'll get back to the virus. We'll get back on track.
Right.
All right, so we get back from riding and we find out that Trump has announced that the coronavirus is a national emergency.
I am officially declaring a national emergency. Two very big words.
Coronavirus is coming, and it's gotten pretty serious. It's starting to spread like wildfire.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus!
Fast-moving developments with the coronavirus.
What's the latest on the coronavirus?
The latest on the coronavirus.
Epicenter of the coronavirus.
Coronavirus!
More than 24,000
Emergency Operations Center.
Thousands of people are self-quarantining.
Coronavirus!
Here in New York, the president has also declared this with over 11,000.
This is kind of a turning point of the trip. It's like, whoa, let's really start paying attention to this. Instantly, it's like in Colorado, it's in Denver, it's popping up everywhere.
Even the town that we were in, a case popped up.
There are 24 more cases of COVID-19 identified here in Colorado.
We're all being extra careful, you know, washing our hands a lot. Started shooting our temperature, checking every morning, making sure, you know, we weren't infected. But if any of us were, it was just like, all right, you guys are under quarantine here for 14 days.
Yeah.
So we were really hoping not to get it.
We're both so comfortable on the road, and this was like, when we found out about the national emergency, I think it was the first time that we both like felt a little discomfort.
I think later that day, resorts started to close.
Vail Resorts will shut down all of its North American resorts starting tomorrow.
Spring break is like a huge percentage of their income, and for them to close really made the whole scenario seem really scary.
Yeah, and these places are typically open till when?
Oh, I mean, they go through, a lot of them go through May.
So pretty much once all the resorts started closing, then we're really like, all right, like, let's go home early. We don't know how long we're gonna be able to fly.
The virus is impacting air travel too, with the FAA issuing a brief ground stop at New York City and Philadelphia airports after an air.
All right, guys, quick little update. We were heading back a couple days early. Let's see what the airport's like. I'm really curious, you know, how busy it's gonna be in there, and are we gonna get screened? Are we gonna get our temperature read? I don't know. All right, well, everything seems pretty normal so far.
So in my mind, there was going to be, you know, some sort of way they're trying to just tell people to stay distant.
But everything actually looks pretty much the same.
I thought there'd be hand sanitizer stations all over the place. And I just thought there'd be, you know, more announcements and stuff talking about it, but there wasn't.
People were just as close as always.
Yeah.
No one was wearing masks or gloves. I thought that the TSA agents would be.
Yeah.
Because I'm over here thinking, okay, this person's touching my ID and 1,000 other IDs after that. And
Like
they're
an
not,
hour.
They're
Yeah,
not
1,000
cleaning
an
in
hour.
between. So I'm getting the germs on my ID. And I'm like, oh man. Then everybody's luggage is going through that security. None of that's being cleaned. We're sharing our buckets. I immediately washed my hands after going through there.
It's pretty gross feeling.
I was pretty paranoid about getting the coronavirus just from going through the airport experience.
2 international airports, and I saw 1 hand sanitizer.
I went prepared into the plane. I actually had gloves and I had a Clorox wipe, and I wiped off everything in my area, and I didn't touch anything. They give complimentary drinks. I didn't even take a drink. I'm just like...
Oh, I was slamming beers.
Compromising the immune system, just going all out. Well, as you can see, we made it back safely. As far as I know, neither of us have had the virus still, and we're just quarantine buddies, and you know, we're still being careful. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope everybody's staying safe out there. Look out for your friends and neighbors. Help each other out. We're gonna get through this.
If you guys have some time to kill, we got tons of videos coming out here in the next couple weeks. Lots of old videos to watch. Stay safe out there, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.
Banging out videos, dude.